again, Josh here from the Daily Movie Critics, and today joining me for another podcast-like review is my good friend Tristan.
Hello, everybody. Josh didn't record his video again, and I'm tired, so I'm going to be stuttering today. So yeah, so we're doing a half-assed review again. Enjoy.
Also joining us, probably not going to be part of the review, is my simpleton friend Zach. Say hi, Zach. Hello, everybody. Yep. All right. Today we're reviewing the movie Kick-Ass / comic review by Tristan. Tristan, why don't you go ahead and start off this review?
Kick-Ass is based around Dave. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Well, anyways, he wants to be a superhero. Okay? He doesn't care if it defies laws of physics or anything. He wants to be a superhero. So, you go on, Josh, because I'm sleepy and I cannot review shit right now. Go.
Basically, he wants to be a superhero, decides to become the character Kick-Ass, which is a character he created on his own, I believe. I don't know. But, anyways, he begins trying to fight crime, gets his ass kicked numerous times, put in the hospital, possibly raped. And story progresses. We see a lot of new characters come into play, a lot of other superheroes, some villains here and there, some really good characters overall.
I'm going to stop you for a second real quick, Josh. On that scene where he was raped, on the graphic novel, I was going to explain the differences in the movie and the graphic novel. The graphic novel never ever explains how he lost his clothing. It just supposedly disappears for no apparent reason in the graphic novel. Like, in the graphic novel, it explains it not at all. Like how he hid his clothes. So I guess the movie did a favor there by giving an explanation like that story about him telling the what is it? I can't think of their name right now. The people who work in the ambulance, but he told the people in the ambulance to dispose of his clothes. So that was a difference between the graphic novel and the movie too. Well,
doesn't he do the same thing in the movie, though?
No, he doesn't. I was explaining the movie. And I'm saying that it just doesn't explain in the graphic novel.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, let's move on.
Anyways, eventually we get introduced to the main villain, mob boss, whatever the fuck his name is, and his kid, who, for God of me, I don't remember his name.
He's Red Mist.
Called by superhero name Red Mist. For me, Red Mist is an annoying character. Didn't like him. Could care less about him. Yada yada yada.
He was a real.
We got Hit Girl, who is by far my favorite character in the show.
Josh.
All-around good character, pretty badass.
In the graphic novel, Red Mist was a really dick. He had no comedic side whatsoever, hardly. He wasn't comedic. Like, he didn't tell jokes like he did in the movie, or he was just pretty much a dick. I mean, all the way a dick. Yeah. He just fit the description as a dick, and he pretty much wanted Kick-Ass to get fucking hit in the, like, get his nuts electrocuted in this one scene, which they changed in the movie too, to getting rammed in the nuts with a bat. He got rods to the testicles.
Well, I was thinking let's talk about Hit Girl, right? Tell me the differences between Hit Girl and the movie. Zach, shut up.
Actually, Hit Girl is probably the most presumable character for both of them. I mean, they stay the same. One difference in the graphic novel and the movie is that instead of Kick-Ass getting Big Daddy and Hit Girl in trouble, Big Daddy and Hit Girl get Kick-Ass in trouble. Basically forcing him to come to their house that one day. So it was the opposite sides on the movie. Okay, continue, Josh.
Alright, then we got the character played by Nicolas Cage, Big Daddy, who for me is an overall so-so character. I don't like his personality. I don't like him. Now, don't get me wrong, I think Nicolas Cage did a good job playing him. I just overall did not really care for the character.
Okay, another difference is, in the movie, like, the plot is that, his wife died, and so they're getting a revenge on the mob boss. The graphic novel has the same plot point as the movie, but at the end there's a twist. You see, he was faking all of it. He was just trying to be like Kick-Ass. He was trying to be like, a superhero. He always wanted to be a superhero. He had this suitcase that he was carrying around through the whole graphic novel, and you're wondering what's in the suitcase, how's he paying for stuff. He has all these old comic books that is revealed in the end. Yeah, it was completely bullshit in the graphic novel. None of the stuff he said was true. He was just a poser like Kick-Ass is. Continue, Josh.
Interesting indeed. Anything else you really want to add? Do we need to talk more about the story? Should we talk about other stuff about it?
Oh yeah. In the graphic,
I
think we should talk about his relationship real quick. In the graphic novel, he does not ever get together with a girl on the first one, anyways. I haven't read past the first one, but I'm going by the first graphic novel. He has not got with a girl yet. At the end of the graphic novel, she sends an oral pic to him through the cell phone.
Yeah, I read about that online, and I didn't know if it was true or not, but I guess that kind of confirms it.
It doesn't actually show it in the graphic novel. It's just like a text. It's just text bubble. In fact, I can read the line where it is sent real quick if you want me to.
Yeah.
Okay. By the time I got home, I had 15 abusive texts from Katie's friends and a photo on my phone of her sucking Carl's dick. I never felt so low in my life, and I am ashamed to admit I whacked off at that picture while crying some nights.
Yes, very graphic indeed.
Another thing is that scene where he kills, like, I believe in the movie it was Katie's old boyfriend. He goes up there and he tells him to leave her alone. But in the graphic novel, it's not her boyfriend. It's this random lady that later in the graphic novel his dad screws. So yeah, that's another difference. I'm sorry I'm screwing up, but yeah, that's another difference. Okay. Continue.
Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about the director. He hasn't directed too much. He directed a movie called Layer Cake in 2004, a movie called Stardust in 2007, Kick-Ass in 2010, and then X-Men First Class in 2011. He's also going to be directing the sequel to that. He goes by the name Matthew Vaughn. So, I mean, he apparently has some pretty good movies on his slate so far. I don't know about the first two, but Kick-Ass and X-Men First Class are both pretty good.
So basically, throughout the graphic novel, we have a bunch of references to Spider-Man. Because John Romita Jr. was the illustrator of some of the original Spider-Man comics and Kick-Ass.
Yeah. Anyways, back over to talking about the director. I think we can expect good things from this director from what he's put out so far. We'll have to get around to watching his other two films. Okay, anyways, guys, I'm going to give the movie a 4 out of 5. And what about you, Tristan?
I will give it a... I actually really enjoyed this movie. It's probably one of my favorite superhero adaptations. Even though that it's a lot different from the comic in the aspects of the of Big Daddy and Hit Girl and Red Mist. But it is a real good movie, and it's probably one of my favorites, so I'd give it a 5 out of 5.
Sorry for a review that's all over the place, a lot of interruptions, a lot of fucking back and forth, technical difficulties, can't think of anything, awkward pauses, so much flip-flopping through subjects. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the review, and this is Josh from the Daily Movie Critics, and have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.